Welcome to the Private Property Podcast. I'm your guest host, Nicole Bessick, standing in today for Sibs Matiela. This is a daily conversation with property experts, taking you step by step through your property journey. And just before we get to our guest, I'd like to remind you about the Property Show, brought to you by privateproperty.co.za on the 27th and 28th of August at the Sandton Convention Centre, or join digitally from anywhere. Get your tickets now. The link is in the comments below. We know we love a good competition, and today we are giving away a book written by our guest. All you need to do is tell us who the author is, what it's called, and submit it in the comments. Winners will be announced on Monday. All right, the time for talk is over. Let's get to it.
This year, we're back. In real life and virtual, with content generated in our metaverse studio. We've designed the exhibition space to replicate the world's most popular property game and added in activities for the whole family, including an indoor park and play area. The game board is divided into 4 journeys, namely First-Time Homebuyers Boulevard, Investment Avenue, Sellers Street, and Renters Road. Visit thepropertyshow.co.za for more information and to get your tickets today. The Property Show 2022, 27th to the 28th of August at the Sandton Convention Centre. No matter where you are on your property journey, we've gathered the experts.
In studio with me on the Private Property Podcast, he is an author, the founder of the Chorus Property Group, David Beattie. David, thank you for joining us.
It's great to be with you, Nicole.
Absolutely. So let's jump straight in. The Chorus Property Group, for those who may not be familiar with your work, give us a brief overview of the company and the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, so many years ago when I started my property investment journey, probably about 20 years ago, I realized that property management is a crucial element of long-term property investment success. And as we know, property is a foundation to much wealth around the world. And I thought, well, let's help landlords build their wealth by managing their property successfully. And we now manage properties across Johannesburg and Cape Town.
Oh, wow. Okay, so on the note of helping landlords build their wealth, one of your key offerings is property management services specifically to landlords. Tell us
Yes.
a bit more about that. What does that entail?
So property management is made up of 2 main sections. It's placing a quality tenant, and in second of all, it's rental management, which is managing the tenant thereafter.
And I believe you've written a book all about landlords and property management. Tell us a bit more about that. You know, what compelled you to write it and what's it all about?
So Nicole, the book is called The Expert Landlord, and you know that 70% of landlords who own properties manage their own property. They do not use a rental agent. And I felt compelled to write a book about rental management so that landlords who manage their own properties have a down-to-earth practical guide as to how to manage their own property.
In your book and as a key offering at the Chorus Property Group, as part of your tenant placement service, you guys do something called tenant screening.
Yes.
Tell us a bit more about this procedure. How does it work?
So you want to make sure that you've got a quality tenant that comes into your property, right? Because a quality tenant is going to look after your property. They're going to make sure they pay the rent every month, and it's not going to result in complaints. And that's what we need to do with tenant screening. We want to determine the quality of the tenant. And we do that by through doing ITC checks, looking at bank statements, making sure that the tenant is in fact receiving the income that they say they are.
Absolutely.
And if we do that proper screening process, it means that we find a quality tenant.
Absolutely. And what is one piece of essential advice you'd give to all landlords out there?
I would, there's a couple of things, but the main thing is look at your property investment like a business. Now, a business is an organization that provides a product or service to a client in exchange for money. And that's really what you're doing as a landlord. You're providing accommodation to tenants who pay rent every month. And I highly recommend that we just focus on giving a quality service to our tenants.
Absolutely. So run your home the way you'd run a business.
That's right.
Exactly. And your experience, what mistakes have you seen landlords make over the years?
I find that you've got to be flexible with the markets that we're in. And second of all, be engaged with your property. Don't disappear on your rental agent. Don't disappear on your tenant. Be engaged with your tenants so that you can give them the best possible service.
As you would every day in a business.
Yes,
correct?
That's right.
Perfect. What, in your opinion, is the most important tool or resource a landlord requires from the resources that your company offers?
Yeah, look, it's just in allowing the agent to do their work, but then also keeping them accountable to the key things which a rental agent should be doing, which is are they making sure that the property is filled every month? Are they making sure that the rent is collected? Are they then paying the bills, the levies and the utilities, etc.? And are they attending to tenant complaints and maintenance?
Absolutely. And in closing, I want to know what's next in store for your enterprise. Are there any other books in the works?
So yeah, on the first question, obviously we're looking at expanding, we're looking at partnering with other companies. The main focus is to get better service to our clients.
Right.
And then second of all, I'm actually working on a book, more business related, and it's I'm passionate about overall performance, but in the context that we operate in, are we performing with deep compassion for the people that we work with?
Thank you for joining us, David.
It's only my pleasure.
And thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to enter the competition in the comments below to win David's book. Winners will be announced on Monday. My name is Nicole Bessick, and this was another episode of the Private Property Podcast.
This year, we're back in real life and virtual with content generated in our metaverse studio. We've designed the exhibition space to replicate the world's most popular property game and added in activities for the whole family, including an indoor park and play area. The game board is divided into 4 journeys, namely First-Time Homebuyers Boulevard, Investment Avenue, Sellers Street, and Renters Road. Visit thepropertyshow.co.za for more information and to get your tickets today. The Property Show 2022, 27th to the 28th of August at the Sandton Convention Center. No matter where you are on your property journey, we've got